and we're gonna do things and stuff. I was thinking about whether I wanted to invest some time now into uh, expanding upon our input to be able to like use mouse-based input for this. I think maybe not for now. Just because it's gonna be kind of awkward until we have like a menu. Oh yeah, and I'll have to make sure that like we can still use the mouse. Like if we hit escape, we get the pause menu. We can still use the mouse to use the menu. I don't know how exactly that will work, but maybe I should see about importing my menuing UI stuff into this game from the Pong game, right? And just like copy paste it in and see how it integrates. That might be worth doing. Let me just do this. Let me open a new window here, and we'll go find that other project. Maybe we'll just do a copy paste between the two. Open recent. Right, so we have this UI folder. Has a bunch of stuff in it, including our menu scene. It's gonna be interesting how this all needs to integrate. Right, because we use a set of signals, and so we'll have to handle the signals in some way. Maybe I'll do what I did with the other game, which is that I will take all of this and, well, we already have a scene, but basically make a top level scene that contains the game and the UI. Is that necessary? I don't know. Let's just try it. Can I do I want to copy the theme too while I'm at it? Do I want to copy a bunch of stuff? Do I want to copy the background shader and the font and the UI just to go from there? If I do that, then I need to copy like fonts as well. What's in assets? Oh yeah, something I'm not using anymore. Okay, and then we can copy export presets while we're at it too. Yeah, if I just copy all this and paste it in the project, let's see how that goes. It's gonna kind of inform how I do, like, if I have a template repository, how that's gonna work. All right, and then, yep, it doesn't like some things. Specifically, I need to register some, what is it? Are they globals? Autoloads? Yeah. So we want to add UI key bindings, key persistence.gd. Yep, add that. Yeah, checking the error. Okay, so the identifier is key persistence. And then we add the mixer persistence as well, which is the other thing in our UI that we're able to manage. Okay. And then we can add menu. No, that's the wrong file. Can we add the scene to game? Yes and no. All right, I think this is why I wanted this in a separate node, so that we can control the visibility of the game separate from the menu. Let's undo. There we go. We already have a game.tscn, so let's make a new scene. Oh, that just creates a child node. That's not the right button. Let's see here. How do I do that? Oh yeah, I can just hit a plus here, right? Here we go. New, I guess it'll be 2D scene. And this will be, we'll call this main. And we are going to make this, once I save it, the main scene of the game. Set as main scene. And then we take the game and we put the game inside. And then we take the menu and we put the menu inside. And we don't click that. We move it. There we go. And I see some problems already. It's not Saban's Pong game, so that's wrong. The game menu should have some options for us to change what the name of the game is, or it should read from the project settings, probably. Also, initially the game will be invisible. So let's save all that. If I just hit play, well, it doesn't crash, so there's that. Also, some things in the debugger. What's the matter? New shader material.tres. Yeah, invalid UID. Cannot open file materials new shader material. Why ever not? Because I didn't copy the material when I copied the shader. So let's copy this folder and paste it. Okay, so that should fix it. ext resource reference non-existent resource at. Okay, so that should fix it. Okay, cool. So debugger errors or warnings, and we have our background from the last game. Cool. So for the UI, for menu.gd, we probably want some additional options, maybe. Think about that. Is there... How does this work? So if we go into game menu by clicking here, and we'll look at game title label, right? It's just fixed with this text. So game menu has a script. We could probably... Let's just remove the text of the label. And in the script for game menu, which is what I was just looking at, for the ready, we are going to get our label. Game title label lambda. So this is start screen VBox container. Oh, well, yeah. VBox container, game title label. There it is. Wait. Is there a different one on the pause screen as well? Oh, there is. Okay, well, we have to update both then, don't we? Main. Pause. Okay. Thinking if there's a better way of doing this, and maybe there is, but this is what I got. So set the game title labels from the project settings. Copilot, can you figure out how to do that? Let's see if that works. It does, sort of. Maybe I want the project to have a slightly different name then. Oh, and it has a localized name as well. Interesting. I should figure out localization at some point. All right. So with that updated, it should update the menu, right? There we go. So now if I reuse the same script, the same UI elements, then we just get it updates for free. Okay, cool. Probably let's do that, and then we'll do the same thing outside the pause screen. Cool. Excellent. What now? Well, can I play the game? I think no, right? I don't think the signals are hooked up. So if I hit new game, nothing really oh, something happens. I hear something happening, but I don't see it. Is this? I wonder if I could just do this. And if the game is visible, I hit new game. I guess that sort of works, right? So the start menu screen just completely covers the existing game screen. And when I hit new game, it just hides the menu. And the game becomes unpaused. Lives might be a thing to add next. So let's see. So what happens here when we say on start button pressed? So we unpause the game, we hide the menu, and we emit the start game event signal. Sorry. Okay, this is fine for now. I mean, there's probably some brokenness, but I'll live with it. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Lives? Do something where we have maybe this is where we make it like a game manager class that holds a number of lives. Probably also needs to have like an initial number of lives for when the game starts, and that's where we handle the signal for like for that. How do we the game manager needs to have a method on it that gets called when the ball dies. When the ball goes to below the bottom edge of the screen. Don't decrement the number of lives and check to see if that takes us negative. And then at that point, we need to have like a game over sort of situation. How is that going to work? Is that a separate scene that we load, that we inject into the tree? Okay, well let's take that one bit at a time. So inside of game, we will maybe just create a script on game, and game, maybe this is like the game manager. Maybe the game manager is just this node. I think that can be okay as long as everything that needs to call it is inside of this tree. Right, so like the player's script, or maybe the, I guess they don't have anything that's, okay, yeah, so like the ball, if it needed to refer to the game manager, it would have to do like, I don't think we even need onReady if it's a parent node, right? May or may not be true. Oh, I guess we could do something like that, right? Where we get the node game manager, or we can do something like, oh, that's fun. Isn't oh, interesting. Can you not do .. Default value is using $, which won't return nodes in the scene tree before _ready is called. Sure. So maybe I do need that. But does that work? Does that actually get me a handle for that parent node? Do I really want to do it this way? Versus game manager .g, and then we just need to extend something, right? So it doesn't need to be like a node 2D. We could extend resource. Extends. There we go. It is a thing. And then we'll just call this game. Go back to doing that way. Because then I can go to project settings and I can go to globals and I can make this global game manager. And so that anywhere in the game, I can just say game manager dot whatever to be able to call a method on it. One more folder up. Game manager, open. It's the game manager. It can't auto load because it does not inherit from node. Okay, so can't extend from just resource. It has to extend from node if it is going to be auto loaded into the tree. Cool. And let's just run to make sure that I haven't broken anything else. Game. Oh yeah, and so by copying the script for the ball, we get the behavior where if we're moving in a direction, our motion is added to the bounce, I think. Also, we get the behavior that the ball accelerates. Random direction, though, All right. So what this does is this constrains we pick a random angle that's like going to the left or to the right. Honestly, I think that's more interesting here than it was in the Pong clone. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'm not going to change it. All right. So, what do? Right, so we were going to add... lives. Yes, we were going to add lives. So we're going to add a export. It's an interesting idea that Copilot had of like being able to tell the game manager, here's where the player is. We might do that. We don't need to do that right now, though. What we want to do is we want to export a var that is the initial lives with the default of 3. And we want to have a variable that is player lives. And we can have a player score. And then we have a ready that says, hey, initialize player lives. So player lives starts as initial lives. I'm not going to worry about a UI update yet. We'll reset game, which, interesting. It's an interesting idea of kind of calling out to nodes to tell them to do different things. We're not going to do that, though. I think what we'll do, actually, is we're going to take this logic. Are we doing... Yeah, we're doing 2 spaces. We'll do that. Reset game. And then... do we want... We're going to want some methods, right? So reset game is a method that can be called on the game manager. Probably by the UI. Is update score a thing that's going to make sense? Like, we might have something where when a brick is broken by the ball, we're gonna add to the score of the player. An amount. And is that amount going to be told, like, is the brick going to know its value and going to tell us? Maybe. Maybe we have a get score. A get lives. I feel like there's a thing. Isn't there like a GDScript cheat sheet? Getter? Not in here. Also, sorry that this is bright. Is that not a... I thought this was going to be a dark mode toggle. Oh, it is. It's just laggy. Okay, there we go. Properties. Yes. So we can define a variable inside of our script, and then we can provide getters and setters for it. Do we want to do this? Versus just simply reading. Right, so somewhere else in the program, we can just do like game manager.playerLives, right? Player score. We probably want a function like this. This will be convenient for like hooking up to a signal. Versus these are not so helpful for hooking up to a signal. So let's not do those, but let's do a player lost life. Yeah, game over. Okay, cool. And then does it make sense to have a game over function here? Let's do that for now. And then let's talk about a HUD, right? So in the game, we're going to add a new child node, and this is going to be a control. No, I think a node 2D is fine. Yeah, we'll do this, and we'll do this is gonna be called HUD. So this is just like the overlay of like labels and stuff on screen, and we're gonna add a label. Two labels. One is actually going to be the label for, let's say, lives label. Lives. Okay. Where's this going to be on the screen? Maybe in the top right over here. Maybe a container then, if we can have these two things kind of living together. Yeah, and then we can anchor this to the top right of something. I guess the HUD overall needs to be the size of the screen. That seems problematic. Is this what I want? I mean, obviously this is not what I want. Do I want to use a different type of node? Do I want to use like a control node instead? Maybe. Then I can say this is full rect. Right, so that this node takes the full size of the rectangle of... Well, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't have a parent, right? So, size, right? And this is just the size of the screen. Anyone remember what that number was? 1152 by something, 6 something. You know, at this rate, eventually I will have this number memorized. 648. 1152, 648. There we go. What is this? What is this the error about? Anyone know? Let's just clear everything. Maybe it won't come back. Okay, so we have a HUD. We have an HBox container. There's going to be lives display. That we've anchored in the top right. I guess we'll just call this label and lives. Padding and stuff, I think, you know, to get this exactly where we want it. But we're just thinking about how do we populate lives, this value, with the value from the game manager. Besides just like having the game manager find this node, we don't want to do that. So do we have a script on the HUD? Maybe we just have a script on the HUD that does something. Let's try that. Let's attach a script. Interesting. Yeah, let's just do that. So we won't have a ready. I guess we'll have a process. We probably won't need delta here. And what we'll do is we're going to have a @on ready, a lives label, yeah, and this is going to be found inside of lives display / lives. Sure. And we might have a score one as well. And every frame are we going to let's see, we do game manager, oops, manager dot player, what is it called? Player lives? Can we access player lives? I thought we could. Cannot find member player lives in base game manager. Interesting. So does that... Let's do lives. Oh, I see. Keyboard skewed. Lives label.text equals str this thing. Now I can't find member player lives in base game manager. Is that true? Yep. So do we need to do that? Game manager, that takes us to here. I thought we would be able to get at yeah, didn't we do that? Hold on, didn't we do that in like in key bindings or in mixer, right? So the key persistence extends node, it has a var key maps, it has methods. Oh, maybe we can't access these vars, like in the key bindings. No, in action remap button. No, we can directly access key persistence.keymaps. So what is it about key maps and key persistence? It's a far. We don't need to export. Let's see, project settings, globals. Oh, the name is wrong. Doubly wrong. Invalid name must not collide with an existing global script class name. Wait, I'm confused. So in key manager, sorry, in key persistence, oh, it doesn't have a class name. I see. Okay. So by registering this with the class name game manager, I see. Okay, let's do that. Let's also fix many things, including this bot. Goodbye, bot. Let's fix my typo. Probably best to do that inside of Godot. So let's escape out of this. Down here. It is game manager, not game manger. For starters. Cool. And then in project settings, now we should be able to fix the name of this because it's not colliding with the class name. Cool. Okay, then we go back to here. We go back to here. And now game manager, there we go. It can see it. And it's that singleton object, that class instance that is accessible. So if I run this and we start game, lives is 3. We did it. Now we just need to decrement it when the ball enters the area below the paddle. Yeah, like that should have went down to 2, and then there should have been some kind of reset. Not sure how that's gonna work. So, what are we going to do? So the dead zone, we have the script for area entered. I'm going to read that in just a second. And body entered. So we could... Maybe I'll attach a script directly to dead zone that's going to handle the signal. And then it can call the game manager. Or I can assume that anything... No, I can't assume that anything that... Maybe. No, because we are eventually going to have potentially power-ups that flow down the screen that will have like a collision shape on them. And so technically will collide with body entered. And I wouldn't want those to decrement live. So we can't just simply attach the signal body entered to the thing that decrements player lives and resets the ball. Can't do that. So what... Yeah, let's attach a script to dead zone. And we're not going to do any of that right now. And we are going to add body entered to... Actually, here's a thought. Like, this is already in area 2D. This script is... Can I just do on Dead Zone? On... Or, wait, confused. Is there like a body entered that I can just directly hook up to? I guess not. And we can... Yeah, something like this, except... I need to think about what we're gonna do here. Oh, if body is ball. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that. I think we could do that. If body. Let's see if that is actually a thing. Pass. Or actually, let's print. Sorry, let's fix the indentation. Cool. So I think to do that, we have to hook up this signal. Pick. There we go. Yep. Okay. Connect. Save. And I'll let that run so we can see that. And I'll read what Brainless said. Oh, interesting outcome yesterday. I was watching a Mind Over Magic stream for like 2 hours while playing it as well, and the streamer was so confused by something being unreachable. So I wrote for the first time and said there's a button on the bottom right that will show you pathing. 2 seconds later, you have been banned. Your first ban on Twitch. Well, some people just cannot be helped. What are you gonna do? I mean, I don't know if they had some rule, some chat rule or something, but it seems kind of weird. I mean, I guess it's one of those things that you never know. I mean, you said you'd been watching them for 2 hours. Maybe there's some history, some bad experiences in the past with people pointing out things, or, you know, who knows? It's a big world, lots of people, different perspectives. Funny thing was his bio saying, "We welcome everyone that is kind to the stream." No tag saying anything about backseating. No rules either. Well, yeah. I don't know. I it seems feels like a bit of overreaction based on what you've described, but I don't know. It's their stream. What is this debugger here? Menu.gd, line 23. What's it complaining about? Nodes with non-equal opposite anchors will have their size overridden after ready. If you want to set size, change the anchors or consider using set deferred. So, I must be doing something wrong. So in the main scene, we shouldn't have anchors. Maybe. Let's see if that's true. Does this break everything? No, it's fine. Okay, cool. So in the script for the menu, it fixes its layout, and I guess it was fine with the anchors being set the way they were, but we were getting a warning, so that's fine. All right, and as seen, we did get that printout when the ball entered the dead zone. I don't. I'll let it pass me by this time. I don't know why I stopped it. ball entered the dead zone. So, what are we gonna do about it? I was thinking it's kind of, there is some question of like, would it make more sense to have the logic about determining what to do about the body that entered the dead zone somewhere else? I guess in which case I would move this function somewhere else. I don't know where. But this is fine. This is fine for now. So if the body is a ball and it entered the dead zone, then what we want to do is we want to tell the game manager that the player lost a life. That's it. And then if player lives goes below is below 0, then it's game over. Right? So if you have 1 life left, how should that work? I guess if it's showing 3 when we start and we're saying the player has 3 lives, then when the player has 1 life left and they die, that's game over, right? And then right now we just print a message, and we can fire up the game and let that play out while I think about what to do next. But we do need to probably have like a scene that we load. It's like a game over screen with a score. I guess before that we need to reset the ball. Otherwise we're just stuck there. Else we need to reset the ball. Well, how do we reset the ball? Oh. How do we reset the ball? Can we emit a signal? Can we provide a signal on Game Manager and have the ball listen for it? That's the thing about having like a auto load Game Manager, is that there's not really a way to like select it to put in. Like I recall when we started writing this file having like oh, well, I mean, we have it right now, like this export var initial lives, right? Where would you set this? Right? There's nowhere nowhere where you can select that node to set that. There's nowhere to overwrite it. So we can't like just pass in the ball. I guess from here, I don't really want to like try to find the ball in the hierarchy. That doesn't feel right. I could provide a signal and the ball could hook up to the signal, right? So we have like a signal. Reset ball. I don't know why I typed. I said ball and I typed game. Does this make sense as a signal, like conceptually? Maybe restart level? We haven't made levels yet as a concept. So it's restart level.emit. So can we, inside of the ready of the ball, hook up a signal? If we get game manager dot restart level.connect to reset position. Does that work? Let's try it out. Brainless, have you used Godot at all? I mean, it sounded like from what you're saying, and also this is a very unfortunate direction for the ball to be going in, and probably why it shouldn't be going towards the side, or there should be some more constraints. I might have to just restart. Yeah, let's just try that again. You've not used it. Yeah, it did sound like, from you saying that it was something you long ago tried doing game dev, that you haven't tried doing game dev recently. Okay, I'm gonna change the way the directionality is chosen. I mean, we did make it to the top. It's very slow. So let's see. Before high school, yep. So if it's we flip a coin, and if it's heads, we choose a direction between negative pi over 4 and pi over 4. Okay, so that works. Get out of the way. 1, 0, and resets to 3. Is it supposed to reset to 3? I guess so. Yeah, game over, and then we reset game. Which is not what we actually want to do. Yeah, game over. Final score is 0. We haven't added a way to gain score yet, so we'll do that at some point. Okay, so that looks good. Right, I wanted to change how the ball behaves though. Oh, I see part of the problem. So I think one problem that I've seen so far that I've not had a good permanent solution for this keyboard, or not so much for the keyboard. I guess it's the add-on, right, to basically the stand, the extra stand for the Moonlander. The little plastic rubberized feet don't stay stuck, and maybe that's something about my interaction with it, or maybe it's because it's on this pad. Maybe I don't know what it is, but these do keep on coming loose, which is a downside. Brainless said, I just noticed something very interesting in how quests work in Mind Over Magic. Not a spoiler, but a mechanic. Let me know if you want to elaborate. If I want you to elaborate. I think, one, I keep missing the Friday streams, and Monday streams for that matter, for various reasons. My excuse for Friday, though, was that I went into Seattle, you notice, sorry, to get my hair done, and it's a not a long trip, but it ended up doing a lot of walking, and I was just very tired and did not have the energy to go live, which, yeah. Anyway, so I do intend to stream more. I'm not giving up on Mind Over Magic or the gaming streams, so hopefully soon. So if you want to save that tidbit for then maybe it'll be something that will be applicable in the moment, and then I might remember it. Like, if you tell me now, maybe I'll remember it, maybe I won't. So thanks. So what range do I need for radians to have a range that is kind of orienting up? Maybe I can just Google this. Radiant directions. That's not how you spell radiant. Maybe it is. Beautiful. This is like what? Never. No, oh yeah, but yeah. Okay, a right angle is exactly pi over 2 radians, right? So, sure. Okay, but you. Okay, so 0 radians, pi radians, half. Oh, it's ad time. I will also be right back in just a couple minutes, and maybe I will have remembered how radians work. So.